Hello everyone. I wanted to show you my sweater. Now I started from here and worked my way up and around. This is what we're doing with the one we're working on now, and I put some pockets on it. And then I just added the back on to the back of that scarf, and it made the back of the sweater. Hello everyone, Emily here. I finished the scarf part of my sweater. Hello, Duck. He ran past me and got outside, and look it. He got yucky all over him. It's his new thing to do when I let the dog out. And he got outside and took off. He came back in the morning because it was about 3 o'clock in the morning, so he was out all night. He usually just runs out and stops, and I pick him up and bring him in. But look at how dirty he is. Look at how dirty you are. Okay, you need to move off. Yes, you do. Come on. Come on. Oh. Okay, he doesn't think he has to move. Okay, so this is my scarf. I did 2 parts. This is the bottom. I made these pretty diamonds. And then I did the same amount of rows, 23. Now, watch out, honey. I'm going to sew them together right here. Just going to do me a little slip stitch. And then I'm going to wrap it around my neck. Now when I wrap it around my neck, that's when I'll decide where I'm going to start working down for the back of my sweater. Believe me, this works wonderful because it gives you a really nice, what am I trying to say, a really nice, it goes around your neck real nice and bends down, you know, behind your neck. So it's really nice. Now, also doing it this way, I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. You can also, this is kind of multi-size, because for me, I will probably put maybe a couple of rows right here up to under the arm to make it a little wider. I don't like my things tight. And that way, if you're bigger, you can add more. And if you're smaller, you don't even have to add any at all. And this fits really well. So, right now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to sew these 2 together. And Doug is definitely going to have to move. We have Ow Meow here. Oh, sorry, didn't mean to scare you. And then we have Mr. Thomas, and he is sitting in the window. And it's a nice day here in Des Moines, Iowa. I have the air on in the house. And he is a good boy. Very good boy. So I will be back once I sew my edges together here. I'm going to put it around my neck. And I'm going to show you how I decide where I'm going to start sewing down. So when I put it on, about the top of my shoulder is where I'm going to mark it with a piece of yarn. Mark the other side. Then I'll fold it because we know that this is the middle. And then I will just start going back and forth until it is as long as this. And then if you wanted to stop and have that not sew it on the sides, you certainly could. I thought about that with my last one. But then also, I put the sides on because I just didn't want it to, you know, fall off or get all loopy. And then I put the sides up. This one, I think I'm planning on putting sleeves on it. So let's go ahead and get those together. And then I will be back. Oh my God, even your arm's dirty, Doc. Look. Ugh. Okay, I have my 2 right sides together, and I know that I have my 2 right sides together because of my diamonds and how they look on each side. So, I cut my yarn, and I left a nice tail, and I'm going to go ahead and sew it together. So, what I'm going to do is this is my right side, and it's not going to bother me to have my right sides together. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through two over here. And I'm just going to do that all the way across. I think this makes a nice seam. And it's going to be behind your head, so I don't really think very many people will see it. My hair isn't too short, but I do wear my hair up a lot. Thinking about getting it all cut off because I do nothing but wear it up, but I think I have this thing about getting my hair all cut off and then looking older. I'm 59. I'm having memory problems, so it's really funny that when people ask me how old I am, I tell them I'm 54. Oh my goodness, I don't know why. I go to physical therapy and they're like, how old are you? I said, I'm 54. And they're like, when were you born? I'm like, 1963. They're like, so you're not 54? I'm like, yeah, I am. According to the number, you're not. I'm like, oh, darn it. So, you know, I kind of aged 5 years in that moment, and it wasn't a pleasant moment. So ever since then, I've been really trying to concentrate and telling myself that I am 59 so that I can remember that. Not that it really matters. Also been thinking about dyeing my hair all gray, which would be really super cool because I really enjoy my gray hair because I think I earned it. I have 5 children, and my 3 that live close to me have kids, and it seems like I always have grandchildren over, and I think next weekend I'm going to say no grandchildren. None. It was funny because Friday on the phone with my daughter-in-law, and she's asking me to watch her kids, and my daughter's beaming in, blowing my phone up, in fact, trying to get through. So I tell her I have to see what she wants. So I call my daughter back, and she's like, oh, hey, will you watch the kids? We want to go do something. I'm like, oh my God. So then I'm like, yeah, but Tiffany wants me to watch hers too, so you guys, you know, coordinate your times. And then I'll be darned an hour later, my grandson's mom called my son and said, hey, do you think your mom would watch your son for a while, watch our son for the weekend? So I had him from Friday to Sunday, which really isn't fair to say because his dad watched him. So it was just a house full of kids, and they're all gone now. I woke up this morning late. I did not feel good yesterday. So I guess it's really not fair to say I watched them because when I don't feel good, I sleep. I have been known to sleep for 3 days at a time. And when people hear that, I'm sorry, I'm chatting. People hear that I've slept for 3 days in a row. They go, oh my God, it must be nice. Like they would like to sleep for 3 days in a row. And I remember the days when I would have loved to have slept 3 days in a row. But you know, I paid my dues, young people. I raised my children. And I worked sometimes 2 jobs as a single parent to raise my children. And now that I'm sick, I don't think sleeping 3 days a week is my ideal. And being in pain is not my ideal. You know, when I retired, I had a plan. My son lives with me, he's 33. So our plan, we had this big plan made out already. That when I retired at 62, I was going to retire early. He was going to take a year off work, and we were going to buy a motorhome and travel for a year. And then when we came home, because we own our house, he would go back to work, and then I could just sit back and enjoy my retirement. But it just doesn't seem like that's going to happen now. So, you know, sometimes things just don't work out the way you want them to. And I know it's really hard when you get sick, though, because you lose a lot of friends that don't understand how you're feeling, or that you sleep all day and they get mad because you're not talking to them or texting back. Well, maybe it's because I slept for 3 days. and I didn't check my phone. So it's just hard on you, period. And I do want to do a video on what's going on with me, because I have long COVID. I think I've mentioned it before. And I have run into people that don't think it's a thing, and they don't understand what it does to you. It does something different to everybody. And I gotta tell you, one day I'm really good, and I'm coherent. Like, I can talk. It's like the old Emily, and I'm like, oh my God, I feel wonderful today. Maybe I'm gonna be getting better. And then the next day, I'm stuttering. I can't talk. I can't remember anything. I can't watch a movie because I can't follow it. So I watch a lot of TikTok. And when the commercials come on, I can't remember what I was watching until it comes back on. It's pretty terrible, and it's been going on for quite a while, since last August when I had COVID, and the pain is unbearable. And I'm just going on and on. And I wanted to do a tutorial, because I think the worst part about having long COVID is that you look fine when people look at you, and so they don't know that you're sick. And it hurts when your family tell you to suck it up. Suck it up. You can do this. You look fine. Just go to work and sit down and don't do anything. And that's not how it works. It's not how it works at all. And when I'm having a bad day, I can't. I want to just cry, but I can't, because my lungs are so messed up that if I cry, I'll feel like I'm drowning myself. And they don't give you pain medicine for this, because I had all my tests. And you know what they told me? My heart is fine. My lungs are fine, even though I can't breathe and I have an inhaler. And so, since there is nothing that they can find wrong with me, they won't give me any painkillers. But I have Xanax for the panic attacks that I have when I start feeling something coming on. And that's hard. So I guess I just wanted people, if someone says they have long COVID, I just listen to them, see what's going on with them, because people think it's a big joke. At least some of the people I've come across think it's a big joke. And it hurts when people are there for you and they understand you, and then it goes on for months and months. And then you know what happens? It goes on for months and months, and then the longer it goes on, the less people want to help you or understand, because they're like, you should be over this. God, it's been months, you should be better. You should be doing something. And I go to therapy, and they tell you to pace yourself. So when I first got it, I couldn't walk from my chair to the bathroom because I was so short of breath. Well, I was really excited when I got up to 9 minutes, and I'll tell you, there's nothing more humbling. I went to Walmart because I really wanted to go, even though I couldn't hardly breathe. My daughter took me, and I had to ride in one of those carts. And you ride in those carts, and it was so humbling for me, because I didn't want to run in the cart. I wanted to walk. I didn't want to be in there for a few minutes, because I wanted to look at everything, because I hadn't been to Walmart forever. I don't go shopping. I wait for people to bring me stuff, and if I do go in the store, there's nothing worse than having a panic attack and feeling like you're going to die and your chest hurts and there's nothing you can do. And I can't go to the hospital. My doctor told me not to go to the hospital because there's nothing they can do for me. And, yeah, gosh, that's my story right now. I guess I wanted to do a video on the whole thing, and maybe I will if anyone's interested. Because I don't know if a lot of people know about it, but it is very interesting. Okay. That's why I sound like I run out of breath sometimes. Sometimes I don't do videos for a while. Well, look at this. I think I did a great job. Look at that. Okay, so now I'm going to put it around my neck, and I'm going to show you where we're going to put our markers so that we can start working on the back. Now you could always work on the back, you know, down the back or around your neck, but I prefer to go around the back first so that we can see how that's going to lay, and maybe do under our arms, and then we'll do around our neck because we are going to put a border around the neck all the way down the front. Okay? Until it is the same amount of stitches from here to here going in the back. And like I said, this is really great because if you're smaller, you can just, you know, maybe put one or two and connect it here and get ready for our sleeves. And if you're a little bit bigger like me, I don't like anything tight around my gut, my belly. Then I'm going to put a few here because I want mine to be nice and loose. I just want it to be loose. I don't want it to be tight. And then I'm going to put a border on the bottom. And I don't know how long I'll make it, depending. And then I'm going to put some sleeves on, and then I'll put a border here on the sleeves. And I think it's going to be really pretty. I think I'm done. Well, I'm not sure. I might use a different variegated, exactly the same as this, but without the white on the back, because I do have some of that in my stash. So I think I'm going to go ahead and do that. So the only place that I'm going to have this really pretty is right here. I might do a little bit on the sleeves or maybe just on the cuffs. I'm not sure. But you are doing yours in any color you want to do. So just make this your own. But you can see here that we have a really nice collar. And we are going to go around that to make this collar a little bit more defined with a little bit of a border. And I hope this is making sense because I'm really trying very hard to communicate this with you, how to make this sweater, because I think it's a little bit unorthodox, a little bit different than other people, how they make their sweaters. But I gotta tell you, having this around my neck in my pink, my white and gray one where I did the mosaic in the front, I love this because it is so warm. It's almost warmer than my coat. I did use Red Heart and Mainstay yarn. This is Mainstay and this is Red Heart. You can tell a little bit of the difference, I gotta tell you. But this is going to be probably the warmest sweater that you will ever wear. And I think it really helps with the neck being one big piece. So let's go ahead, start from here in the back, and you're just going to start going back and forth. You can use any stitch you want. I haven't decided if I'm going to do this stitch or if I'm going to do a different stitch. But I'm leaning towards this stitch because it worked up really fast and I really, really like it. And just feeling it on myself, I can feel how warm it is. So let's go ahead and start doing that. There will be another part to the sweater, of course, a couple more maybe for the sides here. So you decide, because I want mine to be nice and loose. I like to go like this with my sweaters when I'm wearing them. And so when it comes completely down, you're going to have this opening. So I'm probably going to add like this much to each side because and if you wanted it tight, you know, you little skinny mini people out there want it nice and tight, you can certainly do that too. Just put it together, it'll be nice and tight. And then when you put your border, it will fit really nicely. Okay? Isn't it pretty? It's so pretty, pretty, pretty. Okay, so you can see here where my middle is. And when I put my little markers, they're not too close together. So I am going, I think this one is the farthest apart, so I'm just going to count these little holes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think 10 is a good number. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go with 10. From this side, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Woohoo! I was only one off over on this side. So I'm going to put that here. And I'm going to go ahead and start crocheting back and forth. So it's only going to be a total of 20. So we know that's going to work up really quick. And I'm just going to go down. And I'm going to keep going. And I'm going to keep trying it on as I get further. So I did say I had a skein in my stash. My granddaughter, she's such a little sweet pea. She's the one who buys me yarn when she goes out. I don't have very much left in my stash, but she went out there and I asked her if she could find me something blue that was close to it, and she found me this. Now, it's Red Heart, and I'm really happy it's Red Heart. And you could see that it's really close to this. Okay, maybe not real close, but you can see it's kind of similar. It doesn't have the light blues or the blacks, but just the blues. So I think this is going to look really good on the back of my sweater. So if you've listened to me talk enough, I wear the most gaudiest things, and I really love to wear my socks unmatched. I don't care if my clothes match. I love to wear cat clothes, like the one I have on now that says I do what I want. This is one of my favorites, so I will wear it, wash it, and put it right back on. And so this is the color I'm going to use to go down my back. And I decided I am going to do this same pattern. So I'm going to go ahead and get started. If you're waiting to see what my finished project looks like before you start it, that's great. And if you're going along with me, let's go ahead and get started, and then we will meet up here. So, like I said, I'm going to keep putting mine on so that I can see how long I need it to be. And we will be putting a trim around the whole bottom of it. So I'm just going to do a slip stitch. And I'm going to start over here on this side. And I'm just going to go into these open areas. So I don't think I need this here once I start. So we'll take it off. I am just going to insert my needle in here. I'm going to do a slip stitch. And I'm going to chain 2 for a double crochet. I'm going to bury my little, I'm going to bury this here. There we go. So I'm going to bury it. I can find it. There we go. So I'm just going to go in here. I'm going to do the same stitch. I'm going to yarn over and go in like I'm doing a double crochet, but I'm only going to complete half. Go in, do a double crochet. I'm only going to complete half. Go around. I'm only going to complete half. And I have 1, 2, whoops, how many do I got there? 1, 2, 3. That does not look right. Love crocheting, make a mistake, tear it out. Yarn over. I'm going to go in there and pull my yarn up. Go through 2 like I'm going to finish that double crochet, but I'm not going to continue to finish it. And there's 2. Cat hair. 3. And then I'm going to take my yarn and go through all of them. I'm going to chain 1. And then I'm just going to continue to go all the way around, or go back and forth. And we'll see how far I can get here today. I am working on, I have yarn for another project. One of these people, I'd love to work on more than one project at a time, so I might come back here. What am I doing? I'm making 4 of them, aren't I? I only need 3. There we go. I'm one of these people, I like to have multiple projects going. You could see I'm just going in to the openings of the ends. And see, I don't think this color looks bad at all. And it's not going to draw as much of attention to the back of my sweater. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, you know what? I'm going to have to bring out this one sweater I made. You'll probably laugh when you see it. I've worn it out in public, and it is the most colorful thing you've ever seen. And I've never gotten a compliment on it. I've gotten a lot of looks, but I like it. Proud of myself for making it. And but the gray one, it's really pretty, and I do get compliments on that one. I was at Walmart, and one of the workers said, "Excuse me, but did you make that?" And I'm like, "Yes, I did." And she goes, "That is absolutely beautiful. I love it." And I'm like, "Oh, thank you." I asked my daughter if I could make her one, and she was like, "Please don't." So, you know, there's always those people that are just like, "No, I love it on you. You can wear it, but I don't want one." So, but just keep on going. So I want to thank all of you for watching. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, I just want to tell you thank you very much. I really appreciate you all. And I know that, I have more subscribers than people that watch my videos, which is okay, because maybe, I do the same thing. You subscribe to someone, you like them, and then maybe they show something you're really not interested in, so you don't watch it. But you don't want to miss out on anything else they come out with, because you might want to see it. Doesn't bother me a bit. But I hope you enjoy this, and please give me a thumbs up. And when my sweater is done, I hope that you're all very surprised at how beautiful it is. And here I am where my gather was. So I'm not going to go through that one. I think I'm just going to go right here in the middle to bring it together. I'm running out of breath here, people, so I'm going to have to say adios for this tutorial. And I hope to see you back here soon. You guys have a great day. Stay safe. Enjoy the outdoors if you can. And every time you see a bloomed flower, just take time to enjoy it. It's just such a miracle. There we go. Thank you. I'll see you soon. Bye.